All right, guys, today we're going to talk about multiplying whole numbers. We're going to focus on triple digit by triple digit multiplication, and we're going to focus on remembering our zeros each time we start a new multiplication line. So there are a few things that we want to, little reminders of things that we want to look at. So remember first that there's an invisible decimal at the back of every number. So an invisible decimal at the back of any number. And if you're like, Miss Turner, what does that mean? So let's look at this example right here. So 452, if I was thinking about that like money, that would be like 452. And then there's the invisible decimal. And then that would be like dollars. Okay, so every single whole number has that invisible decimal at the back of it. So just remember that that is located there. The next thing you want to remember is that you make sure you line up your digits, line them up to keep things organized. And by line them up, I mean we're going to make sure everything hits that back line. So let's set up this first one, 452 times 21. And again, I made sure all my numbers hit this back line. And we are multiplying. And there are lots of different ways you're going to see multiplication. So used to, we would just see the X or the times symbol. But now we're going to see this dot quite a bit. You might also see a number sitting next to a parentheses like this. And then, of course, we have them side by side. So these are all going to be different forms, and they all mean multiplying. So now that we've set up our first example, let's get started. I'm actually going to use the turtle head method on this first problem. If you know what that is, great. If you don't, I'm about to show you. And if you like it, you can use it. And if you don't have to. So it's just going to help us to remember our zeros. So the turtle head method, you start at the back and you circle the whole top row. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's get rid of that guy. All right, we're going to start at the back and we're going to circle the whole top row and just that first number. So just the number 1, okay? We're only focusing on the number 1. We are ignoring the 2 for now, okay? So that the turtle head just kind of helps us focus on the number that we need. So we're going to distribute that 1 times 2, 1 times 5, and then 1 times 4. So let's start with 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 4 is 4. I'm all done with my 1, and so I am going to give my turtle a collar. He was such a good helper. He is now the official pet of the math department, okay? So there's his little collar. And now I can move on to the 2. So we're going to focus on the number 2. And again, we're going to distribute that from the back and then all the way to the front. And because we are on the second number, which is in the tens place, you'll notice that 2 is in the tens place, we are going to drop a happy little turtle egg because we are so excited that he's our pet. And so now we are looking at a 2. And really that 2 is actually a 20 if you think about it's in the tens place. So that's really a 20 to 0 right there. All right, and so 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1, and 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So I am in fact done with my second number. So now my turtle gets a little bow tie, and I don't have any other numbers, and so I am ready to add. So 2 plus 0 is 2, 5 plus 4 is 9, 4 plus 0 is 4, and then we bring down that 9. So our answer is 9,492. All right, so let's try our next example. So this time we have both numbers are triple digit. And so again, we're still focusing on lining the numbers up at the back. And let's write it out. 324 and 212. All right, we are multiplying. And so we are going to start. This time I'm not going to use the turtle head, but if you liked it and it helped you, I encourage you to continue to use the turtle head. So we are going to do 324 times 212. So we're going to focus on just the 2. And remember, we start at the back and we work our way forward. So 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. So I'm all done with my 2, so I'm going to cross it out. And remember, we're so excited that we're going to drop that happy little turtle egg. And the reason we do that is because we're now focusing on the 1, and that 1 is actually in the tens place. So 10 would look like that. So that's a tens place. So let's multiply out the 1. We have 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. Oops, I skipped my 2. My bad. 1 times, this was a 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Apologies. And 1 times 3 is 3. All right, and we are all done with our 1. And so this time, now we're focusing on the 2, and that 2 is in the hundreds place right here, 200. And so because it's 200, we need 2 zeros, 2 happy turtle eggs, if you're using the turtle head method. And so 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to add all of that together, and we have 8, 16, carry the 1, 8, and 6. So again, things to double check for. On my first line, I was just multiplying by the ones place. My second line, I was multiplying by the tens place, so I need a 0. And my third line, I was multiplying by the hundreds place, so I needed 2 zeros. And you'll notice every line gets a new happy turtle egg. If you kept going, the next line, if we were still multiplying, we would need 3 zeros. So let's try one more triple digit down here at the bottom in example 3. So we have 205 times 154. So again, I'm not going to use my turtle head method, but if you like it, I would encourage you to use it. So we're going to start with our 4 in our ones place. So because we're in our ones place, we do not need a 0. And we're going to do the 4 from the back to the front. All right, 4 times 5 is 20, so 0 carry the 2. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. I'm all done with my 4, and I'm going to take out the trash, make Mama happy. That's just taking out that carry right there. And then I'm on my second number in the tens place. And in the tens place, we need a 0. So I'm get a happy turtle egg on this row. And again, we're going to start at the back and work our way to the front. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, and 5 times 2 is 10. I have distributed that 5 to all the top numbers, so I'm going to mark it out. And now I'm focused on the 1, and remember that 1 is in the hundreds place, so I'm going to color it green to focus, and I have this time 100, so I need 2 zeros for 100. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 2 is 2. I'm all out of numbers, so it's time to add. The first column is just zeros. 2 plus 5 is 7. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15. Carry the 1. Bring the 1 down, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So 31,570. So again, just a reminder, we started in the ones, and then we moved to the tens, and then we moved to the hundreds. And so each row, you gain a happy turtle egg. And that is multiplying triple digits. You will complete this closure at the end of class, at the end.